So now we're going to generate the relative frequency distribution. So in this cell here, I will type relative frequency. And in this cell, I will type 2006 to 07. And to the right, 2016 to 17. Now what I will try to do is I'll use the formula to define relative frequency. So instead of looking at the raw numbers, we want to take the ratio of this number, in the numerator, and in the denominator would be this total number, this total value. So click on this first cell, this 2195, divided by 168099. Now what you notice is that if I were to try to click on this, double click on this crosshair, it does nothing. Now the reason for that is because we've got an empty column, in between these two cells. So we've got an empty column, and Excel just doesn't recognize that. Now if we were to try and click and drag down, what you notice, is that there's some sort of error. Now the reason for that is pretty simple, because if you look at what exactly is going on, in each of these cells, you'll notice that as we move down one cell, it's taking the ratio of this number here, and this, and that's nothing. So it's trying to divide by 0. And it's telling you that the formula of function used is dividing by 0 or empty cell, which is a problem. And that's not correct. So what we want to do is to modify this formula. So as we move down this column, we want to keep this value fixed. So in the numerator, in this case C9, as we move down to the next cell, it will move to C10, followed by C11, and so on. So the slight modification is simply to put a $sign in front of 18. So we are keeping the value in row 18 fixed. Now the reason for not putting the $sign in front of C is because once I'm done with column H, I want to replicate the formula, or copy the formula over to column I. Now if I were to copy the formula over to column I want the total value to move from column C to column D. Alright, so before we continue, relative frequency, in this case is 0.013, or you can change that to a percentage by clicking on this percentage button. And in this case, 1%, we want to increase the decimal to 1 decimal place. And we can click on this crosshair and fill in the rest of the cells. Now once that is done, we can move across from H to I. And what you can do is you can check to see if what is in this formula, is actually making sense. So by double clicking into the cell, you'll notice, as we move the formula from column H to column I, the formula is moved from column C to column D. And row 18 for total remains the same in the denominator. So these two values are not necessary. We'll delete them. And again, what we can do is we can format this nicely. Top and bottom borders. We can align this to right. We can make the text bold. And this as well. And then include the bottom border. So here we go. We've got our relative frequency distribution.